Welcome back to Todd Family Farm. Today is Sunday. So we actually had to cancel church today because for the past couple days the roads have just been like unusable. They've been completely blocked up with snow. We've been having a blizzard for the past few days. It's been like really bad. Like we actually could not get over to the barn because the road was just completely blocked with snow. They weren't able to get, the county wasn't able to get out here yesterday to clear it out. And Dad tried with the tractor and it was just too much for it. So it was really bad. Dad actually managed to get over there using the snowmobile. So the animals are like alive, but we are gonna go over there today. They finally got out here with a motor grader and got the roads cleared off enough that we can drive on them with like a truck. So Dad's over there with the tractor now. Papa's gonna come over here and pick us up, and we're gonna go over there and get everything caught up, make sure they got food and water, all that stuff, and hopefully we don't freeze to death because everybody's out here throwing snowballs at me. I thought cameramen were supposed to be safe from this kind of stuff. Apparently not. I'm freezing. Oh! You just smacked Emma right in the face. I love how Jocelyn just like grabs a block of ice, chunks it at Emma's face, and then acts all concerned for Emma. It's just wonderful. Okay, anyways, we're out here trying not to freeze to death. What was it this morning? Like 15 below with a real feel of 33 below, so it's really cold. So, yeah. Fun times. Fun Iowa winters. We're gonna take you guys along with us and we'll get chores done. Okay. We made it over to the barn. There's so much snow. Hey guys. Hey Debbie, how's your baby? Getting big. Hey girls. The sheep look good. I would usually turn them out. They have a full alfalfa bale out there that they just go and eat during the day, and then we pin them up at night. But I'm not going to turn them out today because it's already pretty late in the day by the time we could get over here. And so I'm just going to go up and get them a square bale of grass hay and bring it down here and give that to them and get Debbie and her lamb taken care of. Very thankful nobody else had any lambs during this when I wasn't able to get over here. As you can see, they're quite grumpy with each other and kind of hungry. They're pretty hungry. They've been in here for a day or two now, but they had a little bit when we pinned them up in here, and they've just been hanging out through the blizzard, so they're in good shape, and I'm going to get them fed now. Okay, the sheep are fed and watered, and they're pretty hungry, but they are doing really good actually. They came through the blizzard very well. And this little guy is still very spunky and running around doing good. And yeah, everybody's doing really good.
So we're at the middle of January, and of course we just had our blizzard, one of the worst blizzards we've had in a long time. Got a lot of snow, terribly cold, so I thought it's a great time to do some canning. I tend to do canning in the middle of winter on some things. I try, and if they can be stored and saved until winter time to can, then I like to do it that way, just because it's that extra heat in the house is a good thing, and the extra moisture that it brings. So today I'm working on my tomatoes, and I did something a little bit different this year. I froze them whole, and I was trying that to see how I like that. Usually I have pureed them before and then froze it. This year I tried just the freezing them whole method, and actually it seems to work well as far as I can tell. I'm just kind of doing a practice batch to see what I want to do with them. But the peels come right off, so that's pretty nice. When you get them out of the freezer and you let them sit for a little bit, and then the peels just slide right off. So that is a good thing. They do have some extra water, but that kind of depends on the type of tomato too. I tried to do as many Roma or Amish paste as I could, but I did have some extra like beefsteak and those types too that I threw in there. Those just are have a lot more water to them. So what I'm doing and what I'm trying, I haven't done this way before, but I'm just gonna, like I say, I'm just kind of playing around with it. I have a bunch of tomatoes frozen in the freezer, so I'm just kind of seeing what I want to do. So this morning I got out 5-gallon size bags and got the peels off of them, and I'm just gonna put them in the oven for a little while. And I've got onions, and I did a little bit of carrots and then a bunch of garlic and just some Italian seasoning that I added in here, and I'm just gonna let them roast down for a little while, and then I'll probably puree them in the blender and then go ahead and can that. And I might have to cook it down a little bit, I don't know, in between after it's done roasting and then before I actually do the canning. I can go ahead and puree, I guess, but I might cook it down just a little bit to thicken it up some. So that's what I'm doing. Like I say, just kind of trying this method and seeing if I like it. And this will be kind of a multi-purpose sauce. You know, if it turns out good, you could probably use it for spaghetti sauce or even like tomato soup base. Earlier on in the summer, we did try out, when our tomatoes were still fresh and coming out of the garden, we tried, I just roasted them with garlic and onion and some seasoning, a little olive oil, and then I made a tomato soup, and that was really good. So I think this would make a really good tomato soup base as well. I have like some pumpkins stored away, and I'm going to can those later on, and sweet potatoes or maybe some regular potatoes. So yeah, like I say, I enjoy canning any time of year, but especially in the wintertime, because it just, you know, when you're in August and you've got all these tomatoes coming on, you don't feel like just heating up the house and then doing all that canning. But now in January, it's like the perfect time too. So that's what I try and do. I try and save them to can until later on in the winter, you know, if I'm able to. So that's what I'm working on today, and maybe we'll show you a little bit when I do the pumpkins and potatoes and that type of thing too. Okay, I'm going to attempt to do some recording myself. Don't know how it's going to turn out, but we'll see. So I got my tomato mixture. I roasted it for, I don't know, about an hour or so. Then I got it out and I went ahead and pureed it. And then I cooked it down for about, 30-45 minutes or so. It didn't really need much. And this is what it looks like, and it smells wonderful, and it also tastes wonderful. So yeah, that's how it went, and I'm very happy with the results. And I'll probably be doing some more of this with the rest of my tomatoes I have in the freezer yet. So all I'll do now is get some jars ready and can this up, and we'll have this to eat on. And when I can, sometimes when I can smaller batches, I just use a pot like this for water bath. And so that's probably what I'll use today, because I'll probably get like, 5 quarts or so for that. And then I do have a big canner that holds like a dozen or so quarts, but I won't use that today. I'll just use this pot and I'll get it canned up. So I'll show you what it looks like after I get it canned. Okay, so here's my finished product, and I had about 4 quarts, but then after I made it and tasted it, I thought we're gonna have tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches for lunch. So I used 1 quart for the soup, and with the soup I just used a quart of the tomato base, and then I did probably 2 cups of chicken broth and 2 cups of whole milk, and then just let that simmer a little bit together, and it was delicious. And so this is kind of a multi-purpose use. I think it would be good for just using as a spaghetti sauce, a pasta sauce, and then like for the base of a soup. So very good. Everyone really enjoyed it at lunch, and I've got a lot more tomatoes to do. So, and with canning this, the process is very simple. It was just after I let it simmer for a while, it was just I get it in the jars, of course, and then you water bath it for 40 minutes. So pretty easy.